Since the post-Angkor era, the Khmer Empire, once a great power in Southeast Asia, continuously declined and weakened. Its territory grew smaller and smaller due to the encroachments of neighboring countries, namely Siam, Thailand, and Yuan, Vietnam. Furthermore, the remaining lands of the Khmer Kingdom lacked full independence as they were frequently forced to alternate between being vassal states of Siam and Annam, Vietnam. When King Ang Duong ascended the throne, he immediately observed that Cambodia was on the verge of being completely swallowed by the Siamese and the Vietnamese. There were even intentions to divide the country into two parts, the eastern bank for the Vietnamese and the western bank for the Siamese, using the Mekong River as their border. Deeply saddened by the loss of Khmer territory, the king ordered the construction of a massive land-based military fortification. These frontline bases were established in Mot Truk, Chau Dak, and Peam or Mun Kam, Ha Tien. Encouraged by his initial successes and seeing the subsequent failures of the Annamese in their attempts to seize Khmer provinces, the king aimed to reclaim lost territories. However, time was not on his side. He fell gravely ill, which halted the plans to retake Kampuchea Krom, Lower Cambodia. During this period, the Khmer kingdom remained under the dual hegemony of the Siamese and Annamese kings. Even the coronation of King Ang Duong in 1847 AD took place in the presence of representatives of both neighboring monarchs. The territory of Cochinchina, which had been seized by Annam previously, remained under their control, and the 21 provinces of Cochinchina were renamed into Vietnamese, as they remain today. To the west, more than 31 provinces were swallowed or recently encroached upon by Siam. Provinces such as Battambang, Siem Reap, Mongkol Boré, and Sisaphone, which had been seized earlier, continued to remain under Siamese occupation. Furthermore, Siam forced King Ang Duong to sign an agreement recognizing the secession of two more provinces, Mlu Pre and Tonle Pu. After taking the throne, King Ang Duong understood clearly that both Siam and Annam harbored continuous ambitions to swallow the Khmer kingdom. Fearing that after his death, the two nations would inevitably carve up Cambodia between them, he conceived the idea of seeking protection from the French Empire. After losing wars to the British in India, France had begun to focus on expanding its colonial reach into the Indochina region. In 1853 AD, King Ang Duong sent a royal letter along with many gifts to Emperor Napoleon III, the nephew of Napoleon Bonaparte, to request an alliance with the French Empire. History indicates that Cambodia never agreed to waive its ownership of that land, Kampuchea Krom, a fact that the scholar Mura and other prominent historians unanimously recognize that it is Khmer territory. Moreover, before the French occupation of that land, there were no defined borders between Cambodia and present-day Cochinchina as there are today. This proves that until the French arrived, the Vietnamese could not claim this part of Khmer land as their own or establish themselves as the absolute owners against Khmer claims. Regarding the Vinh Tay Canal, which the French later used as a border, it was dug by both Vietnamese and Khmer laborers for the collective needs of that era. Even the Vietnamese governor overseeing the site acknowledged that he received a sword of state and a royal seal as evidence of military and civil authority in Cambodia to construct this canal. It is this very Vinh Tay Canal project that led to the unforgettable Khmer memory of the spilling of the master's tea, Kompob Tay Ong. According to Mura, the Vietnamese governor who controlled the Khmer districts in 1813 AD was none other than the protector of Cambodia, appointed by the Annamese king to represent him in overseeing the Khmer. Therefore, regardless of the era, Cochinchina, or Kampuchea Krom, has always been Khmer land. We never ceased the struggle to reclaim this land until the French arrived to act as the joint master of both the Vietnamese and the Khmer. Only then was the land taken as a colony, and our claims were temporarily suspended. Although the Cochinchina issue seemed settled between France and Cambodia, and similarly between Cambodia and Annam, we repeatedly asserted our rights as the rightful owners through armed force and later through disappointing negotiations with France. Recently, after Siam seized Battambang and Siem Reap in 1941 AD, the Khmer cabinet traveled to France to reclaim the land of Cochinchina, but was disappointed once again because the French representative in Cambodia blocked the attempt.